Hi. So when you are a teenager, have you ever have a crush on someone, or do you ever has been in relationship with someone? Does it go well with him or her? And do you ever regret knowing someone and blame each other if something goes wrong? Okay, so we are going to talk about why teenagers should not be in relationship at the young age, and the effect if something goes wrong while you are in a relationship. Okay, so first of all, my name is Haziq and my partner is Izzdham. So allow me to define our role. I will talk about why teenagers should not be in a relationship at the young age, and my partner will talk about the effect if something goes wrong while you are in a relationship. Dear friends, my first point is that teenager is not mature enough to be in a relationship. Okay, why I said this? Because teenagers should not be allowed to date, as they are more the advantage than advantage itself. Okay, of course, the advantage is that when you are in a relationship, it's give you happiness. Okay, and sometimes it's because you are in a relationship, it inspire you to do something better because there's someone that you want to show your value of. Okay, but trust me, there are more the advantage about this. Okay, because most of teenager blindly fall in love with someone and then face the consequences later. Okay, what I thought about this teenager is that they think that their thought is mature, while it's actually not. Okay, when you're a teenager, you are still growing, you are still in a process of learning. Okay, but as you are immature, your lack of experience, your lack of knowledge, that your action may make you face the consequences that you don't want to happen in your life. Okay, so because you're still teenager. Okay, when you face these consequences, you you don't know what you should do. Okay, this is why I told you. This is why I said that they are not ready for relationship. Okay, so dear friends, I have just discussed about teenager is teenager is not mature enough to be in a relationship. My dear friends, I shall move on to my second point, that being in a relationship at the young age is somehow sacrificing yourself. Okay, love relationship is so demanding. Okay, you are giving a huge portion of your time, your commitment, and ultimately your heart. Okay, as you are a teenager, you are surely a student, a child living under his parents, a brother or a sister to his or her siblings. So normally responsibility are lying on you. Plus, student first priority ought to be their study, not romance. Okay, teenagers should be inspired to further their studies so they can have a better job prospect. We know that love is important as it provides happiness, but education is more important as it determine your future. You don't have time to play with your feelings, because if you study hard and you get your dream job, you can find your best you can find a best partner for yourself. Okay, this is why okay, so I have just discussed about being in a relationship is somehow sacrificing yourself. Okay, because there's so much thing you can do instead of being in love with someone. Okay guys, another point that I would like to share is that this kind of relationship will easily break up because most often teenagers aren't ready for it. Okay, you just want to be in a relationship because your friends are doing it. Okay, when you see all your friends getting into relationship and it seems like you are the only one single, it's make you want to have one as well. It's make you want to be in a relationship as well. Relationship entail knowing totally about who you and the other person are. As time goes on, you begin to see that you have gotten to know all about this person. Okay, things that catch your eyes in the early stage that makes you feel butterfly in your heart, you just don't feel that anymore. Okay, it doesn't look like there anything new again that you want to learn about this person, and you guys getting boring with each other, and that's the end. Okay, there will be a cheating, a breakup, and so on. Okay, so I have just discussed about this kind of relationship will easily break up. Okay, and I have given all my point and all my reason why why teenagers should not be in a relationship at the young age. Okay, so now I call upon Izzdham to continue our presentation.
Thank you, Haziq. Very plenty reasons we got. So there is an effect that will occur if something goes wrong while you are in the relationships, especially you are a teenage. So my first point is we can get emotionally abused when something goes wrong in your relationships.
When somebody love me.
When you love somebody, you must put a very high hopes on a happy relationships, right? But when something goes wrong, such as fight on each other's, it will cause the teenage to feel the sadness and torn apart their emotions. Emotionally abuse also can lead the teenage to do something bad, such as depressions, hurting themselves, such as cut their skin off or something like that, and blaming themselves for the bad relationships. I have discussed that the bad relationships can lead to the emotionally abuse and emotionally unstable on the teenage. I may continue with my second point. It will cause the teenage to lose their focus in their studies or their activities. Teenage tend to always overthinking about their partner when something bad happens in their relationships. So from there, their focus in certain things will decrease as their mind always thinking about their partner and how bad their relationships are. It will affecting the life of the teenage, such as the result of their exam will drop, and their activities will be interrupted and make their life such a mess. I have just discussed how a relationship can make you become unfocused teenage and make teenage life such a mess. Shall be the last point. The bad relationship will cause the teenage to change their personality. For example, you are a funny and a crazy person before, but suddenly you have turned into some kind of a passive and a sensitive person from the broken relationship. It is because the sadness that the teenage receive has made their feelings to barely handle and constantly thinking about how bad are their relationships. So the personality may be unacceptable by their friends. They just want the old personality of their friends, but it just changed after the broken relationship. It also not affecting the teenage life, but also affecting the environments from their new personality. I have just discussed how relationship can lead teenagers to change their personality from good to bad. So my dear friends, today my partner has talked about why teenagers should not waste their time in relationship. He has come up with 3 points, which is the teenagers is not the right age to be in a relationship, and the second is teenage is on the age is the important age to build his or her life, and they will easily to break up. I have discussed about effect that will occur if bad things happens in relationship. I have come up with same as my partner 3 point, which is we will get emotionally abused when something bad happens in our relationship. Second is we can lose our focus in our study and our activities, and third, we will get to change our personality when something bad happens in our relationship. So we must not waste our time with those love and fill those years with sadness and not enjoying our golden age in our life. We must focus to our study and our life rather than giving attention to the people that somehow we left us alone. We must also enjoying with our friends and doing activities with our friend, because only friends that have our back that will help us in the future. So my dear friends, let me end our speech by quoting from Lucille Ball, who said, "Love yourself first, and everything will fall into line." You need to love yourself to get anything done in this world. So thank you for being a very great audience and lending your ears. And it is our honor and pleasure for us to be here. Thank you.